Well, good evening, hockey fans, and welcome here to Apple Valley Ice Arena as we get set for Section 3 AA quarterfinal hockey here on CadetBroadcast.com. Sam Slagle along for the ride tonight on the call as it's the Eastview Lightning, the number 4 team in Section 3 AA, hosting the St. Thomas Cadets. They come into the tournament ranked number 5. We're live on CadetBroadcast.com, powered as always by the MSBN Sports Network. Should be a fun one here this evening. The building's packed. Eastview faithful, they're down to my right. The St. Thomas faithful down to my left. It's a rematch of the season opener for the St. Thomas Academy Cadets back all the way back in November 23rd to be exact. It was a 3-1 victory for the Eastview Lightning. That game was played over in Eagan. But a lot has changed for both of these two teams as we are now midway through February. Cadets make their way onto the ice first. They're going to be in their traveling blue sweaters. They'll go right to left across the screen for the opening period. Eastview will follow them out. They'll be in their home whites. They'll go right to left across the screen for the opening period. End of the regular season, Cadets finished 15-8-2, and they won 10 of their final 11 games of the season. It was a tale of two halves, really, for the Cadets this regular season. They started slow. They looked off. A lot of new players, fresh new coaching staff. Took a while to get things going, but the second half of the year, really early January on, they looked like a completely different team. And if it wasn't for coughing up a third period lead to Hill Murray, the Cadets would have won their last 11 games, and they'd be looking at a 16-7-2 record. For the Lightning, they come into tonight 13-11-1 is what they finished their regular season at. And stalled out a bit towards the end. Their final, they ended up losing 3 in a row in the latter portion of the regular season before knocking off Farmington 3-2 in their season finale. So they got things back in the win column heading into the section tournament here, as the Cadets will be announced first here. Aiken gets the start as we take a look here at Tommy Aiken. Very good season for Tommy Aiken, 11-6-2, 2.07 goals against average, 92.9 save percentage. McLean Bodette, Andrew Bamer get the start on the blue line. And then it's the top line of Riley O'Brien, Jared Wright, and Jackson Hollum. So that's the starting 5 for the Cadets. Eastview, they'll be introduced now. They're starting the tonight in the blue paint for the Lightning. It's going to be Bennett Weestrand. Weestrand with a nice season tonight. He comes into action 13-11-1, 2.35 goals against average, 92.1 save percentage, 3 shutouts on the season. Ben Malloy, Caden Espinata Bannock, they'll be the defense tonight. And then it's going to be Cullen Johnson centering Josh Ernessy and Ryan Quaintance. That's the starting 5 for the Lightning. We'll take a look at some players to look out for tonight as well. But first, we're going to pause for the playing here of our national anthem. Again, we're live on site in Apple Valley. Cadets and the Lightning on CadetBroadcast.com.
From Eastview High School, as she performs the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming
Players introduced, lineup's been sang. Puck drop is next here on CadetBroadcast.com. Lightning and the Cadets, Section 3 AA quarterfinals. It's the 4 versus 5 matchup. A few players to look out for. Starting with the Lightning, Josh Ernest comes in tonight leading the Lightning. 21 goals, 13 assists in the regular season. Total of 34 points. Ryan Quaintance, 31 points, 17 goals, 14 assists. And Cullen Johnson at 22 points. That's that top line for Dre Bradley and the Lightning, so they're going to be seeing the ice quite a bit here tonight. For the Cadets, first half of the season, really, it was all Jackson Hollum. He was leading the way offensively, really didn't have any help, and that was the issue for the Cadets in the first half of the season. But since then, he's got some support. He comes into tonight through the regular season, 35 points, leading the Cadets 18 goals, 17 assists. Jared Wright with 24 points. Andrew Bamer, the blue liner, had 20 points. And then Riley O'Brien had 20 points as well. So figured out the scoring touch. Did the Cadets were able to balance things out as the season went on. As we line up at center, it's going to be Jackson Hollum. He'll draw against Cullen Johnson. As we're about to kick off this Section 3 AA quarterfinal on CadetBroadcast.com. False start face-off, and we are officially underway here from Apple Valley Ice Arena as the Cadets control the opening face-off. They turn it over at center, forced back, though, the other way by St. Thomas Academy. Here's Quaintance with it on the far side. He'll play to the middle. Epinata Bannock, far side, Quaintance. Shot was blocked. That was McLean Bodette that got in front of that shot. He's got it now. He'll circle behind his net, come to the near side, onto the stick of Wright, waiting for it. He'll go back to Baudette. He'll come out the middle. Nearly turned it over at center, did Baudette. Got it back. Now he does lose it. And the Lightning will control here with Josh Ernest as he'll flip it up into the screen and out of play, and that'll give us our first stoppage in the action here. Faceoff was knocked out of play, puck was knocked out of play from center, so we draw from the center ice dot. Puck dumped in, left behind here by Tommy Aiken, senior goaltender. He's in some trouble behind his own net. Now he recovers. As chance there for Eastview. They were unable to get a shot away with Aiken down and out behind the net. Cadets control, give and go breakout, taken away. Turning and firing there was Caden Berg. That puck ends up loose in the far corner. Eventually picked up and played here by the Cadets. We've played a minute 15 here from Apple Valley. As the puck deep inside Cadet territory. They try and break it out. They're bottled up, though. They have a tough time. This is Nagel with it. Looking for help here on the breakout. He'll just throw it off the wall. Graham breaking through center. But it's settled down here by Sam Gebner for Eastview. And he sends it all the way down. And that'll go for an icing here. .23 left in the opening frame. As Bjorn Kylan will draw against Ernest. Cadets go with their third line. Lightning come back out with that top unit. As Ernest wins the faceoff for the Lightning. Forward checking though are the Cadets. Connor O'Brien had it, lost it, taken away. And spin to Bonnick. He'll play to center, deflected in there by Ernest. Ernest and Kylan give chase to it behind the net. Bjorn Kylan comes away with it. He'll start back the other way. Kylan chips it ahead. Right on the stick, though, of a Lightning defender. Cadets were able to get it back, though. Now they'll set up at center ice with Bamer. Now Connor O'Brien deflects it down in deep. Soderling will give chase. First one on it is Ben Malloy. Malloy gets help here from Ispinda Bonnick down in the corner. Ispinda Bonnick had it, lost it down low. Here's Bamer with it. He'll throw one towards the net. That's blocked out front. Caden Ispinda Bonnick got in front of that one, and here comes Ernest back into the offensive zone for the Lightning. Turned it over, though. Cadets clear it all the way down. Icing's going to be waved off as Trichler's the first one on it for Eastview. Plays to center, taken away, though, by Jackson Hollum. Here's Nick Owens with it. A little give and go back to Hollum, who has it. And he'll start back out. The speedster gets wiped out at center, taken out right down in front of us. Aiden Griffiths delivered a big hit on Hollum. And Griffiths plays one in on goal here, and Tommy Aiken is forced to cover that one up. 13:57 is what remains here in the first period. St. Thomas Academy opened the season against this very Eastview team November 23rd. It was a 3-1 victory for Eastview. As Quaintance will step in to take the draw now. It's controlled, though, by Hollum. As a puck is caught out of midair by Aiken. Ernestine didn't get much on that shot near the blue line. More or less just kind of flipped it in on goal. As Hollum will take the draw now for the Cadets. Face off in the near dot. Off the draw, it is the Cadets with Jared Wright that have it. He'll swing it around. Tommy Statine. Puck tied up far half boards as Riley O'Brien tries to work it out. Turning and firing, though, is Ernestine. That one goes up over the catching glove of Aiken. And now the Cadets have it, and Hollum will chip it up ice. Charlie Killian works the puck in deep. And on it there is Ben Malloy. He'll swing it up the far wall, and then it'll come all the way back through center, and Jackson Hollum has it. As Hollum will pick up speed through center, works in, takes enough of a hit to get the puck knocked off his stick, as it then rolls in on goal, where it's covered up by Bennett Wheatstrand. 13:09 left here in the opening frame. Face off to the left of Wheatstrand. Tilmany will draw against Drew Carroll. As Tilmany wins the draw, as Josh Schur plays to the near side corner. Fourth line out there now for the Cadets. Here's Bamer all the way across. Defensive partner in Baudette. Shot was deflected up over the net. Bamer pinches in. He takes a hit, lost the handle on the puck. Coming away is Sam Reller. Here comes Reller and fires one on goal. Big rebound picked up here by Brower. Well, Aiken saw this shot, but put it right back out in the slot. Fortunately for him and the Cadets, they were able to control that rebound. Good pressure so far by this Lightning team. They've had the puck at this end of the ice for the majority of this first period. Good forecheck as they continue to battle for it down in the near side corner. Now Schur has it. Josh Schur goes cross ice. Tanner Brower, he'll get over center, tries to get it puck it down in deep. That's knocked down and played, though, by the Lightning. And now McLean Baudette will circle the wagons and come back through center. He'll flip the puck all the way behind the net where it's picked up and played here by Spindabonic. And now Eastview able to clear back to center. Cadets still looking for their first shot on goal. This one will roll in where it's covered up by Wiestrand. To this point, 11:49 to go. 4 shots total, and all 4 belong to Eastview. Face-off will go to the far dot. Nagel and Quaintance. Nagel wins it cleanly back to the point. Here's Deverell turning and firing, and there's the first shot on goal for the Cadets. And that's easily swallowed up by Wiestrand. So we'll face off once again from the far dot. And again, it's Nagel and Quaintance. come the Lightning 3-on-3 through center. That one was behind Ernest. And now Killian forced to retreat. Nearly turned it over. Now he does. Had it there was Cullen Johnson. He gets pressed into the near side wall. And the Cadets are able to come away with it. As Graham up to Statine. Tommy Statine will carry in. He'll carry all the way to the far corner. Tries to center. Graham with it. Opportunity there. Couldn't get the shot away. And here comes Johnson back the other way. Check that. That's Ernest who sends one up over the net. Quaintance cycles it back to Ernest in the corner. Here's Ernest. Tried to center one out front, looking for Cullen Johnson. That was broken up, though, and Deverell will carry out. Deverell to Graham. As Graham defended nicely on the entrance there by Sam Grebner. As Owens pinches in, tries to keep it alive, and the puck ends up out of play. It goes in the Lightning bench. Cadets come back out with their third line. Centering is Bjorn Kylan, drawing against Carroll of the Lightning. Kylan wins it back. Rauschenberger, that's just out of his reach. He'll play it off the glass just back inside the Lightning line. Here's Connor O'Brien throwing one back down in deep. Lightning have it. They'll break it out to Carroll on the near side. He'll chip it off the glass all the way back into Cadet territory. Rauschenberger back to play it. He'll cycle it back up the near side wall for Connor O'Brien. Leaves it back for Rauschenberger. Rauschenberger pressured down low here by Larkey. Looks to the far side, trying to find Soderling. Here's Soderling with it. Nowhere to go with it. Plays it back behind his net for his defenseman in Owens. And some room on the near side for Connor O'Brien. Moving left to right, plays one in on goal. Sticked away there by Wiestrand, and look out. As Wiestrand gets upended in the crease, Soderling was cutting through. Looked like there was some contact that led to that, so nothing's going to follow this. No penalties will be assessed for the contact. Looks like everyone's okay, and we play on with a face-off in the near dot. Under 10 to play in the first, 9:52 to be exact. As the face-off is controlled here by the Lightning. As they'll break it up, this is Quaintance with it. Far half boards, nowhere to go. Back behind the net to the near side. Here's a spin to Bonnick. He's pressured by Jared Wright. Back from Malloy's defensive partners tied up behind the net. Now they break it out with Ernest. 3-on-3 through center. Ernest left it for Quaintance. Quaintance tried to go back out front as Ernest was there. Defended, though, by the Cadets. And here comes Jackson Hollum with it. Hollum ducks through a check, still with it. Here's Hollum firing one wide on the near side. Cadets still with it. Baudette to the near side corner. As Ernest will fire it back around, and that'll come all the way to the Cadet line. Here's Jared Wright, though, to Riley O'Brien. Riley O'Brien drops it back for Wright. That was in his skates. He recovers, though, has it in the corner. Now Jackson Hollum all the way up top. Now to Bamer. Bamer looking for a lane. Instead plays it behind. That hops a stick of Jared Wright down low. Gets it back. Up top, Statine. His shot deflected. Save Wiestrand. And now he's forced to cover it up. Best shift of the evening for the Cadets there. And Wiestrand, a nice save on the deflection from Riley O'Brien. Wiestrand doing a good job getting out on top of that crease, not giving O'Brien much to work with on that deflection. Now to this point, really not much action between these two teams. It seems more or less just still, in a way, just kind of feeling each other out, letting everything get settled at the emotion of being section play. As the Lightning will break it out. Taken away, though, by the Cadets here at center. Killian will flip it in, or it's picked up and played here by Grebner. Grebner tries to clear, zone held. That was Soderling on the far side. Now the Lightning do clear, and forced right back in, though, by Rauschenberger. Back to play it here is Trichler. Up ice. Lightning try and clear. That was behind Sam Reller. Him and Rauschenberger battle to the far wall. And the Lightning now will come to the near side. Onto the stick of Larkey. He'll get to center. And he dumps it in from there. 7.5 to play first period. Graham tried to one-touch pass to Nagel. That's out of his reach, though. And then from center ice, the Lightning play one in on goal. Fought off on an awkward bounce, but Aiken was able to knock that one away. 5-3 are the shots in favor of Eastview at this point. Best scoring chance belongs to the Cadets. Just a couple of minutes ago on that deflected puck from Riley O'Brien. Bamer has it behind his net. Defensive partner on the far side for Baudette. Baudette gets it back. He'll go to Bamer. Those two play catch behind the net. Now Bamer turns it over, gave it away to Quaintance. They'll come back to the point here. Grebner's shot ends up wide behind the net. Quaintance with it. Quaintance will play up to the blue line. Here's a shot blocked. Quaintance has it. Quaintance plays down low. Backhand try. Pad save by Aiken, and the puck is cleared out and all the way down. Icing's going to be waved off. Back to play it here is Grebner. And Grebner will start back through center. Grebner leaves it for Johnson. Cullen Johnson in, drops it off. Here's a shot attempt and a glove save by Aiken as he denies Earnesty. 6 minutes to go, first period. Eastview's been the better team to this point. Out shooting the Cadets 7-3. Face off to the left of Aiken. There's a turnover. Kylan gets it back, though. Kylan will play up ice. Soderling sidesteps a check. He'll give back to Kylan. And the Cadets are through center. This is where the Kylan will dump it in on the near side. As the spin to Bannock has it down in the near side corner. Bodies collide down low. Puck loose. Picked up and played by Malloy, and he'll clear it off the far wall and down. Icing's waved off. And Killian will be the first one on it behind his own net. He'll circle. He'll start up quickly off the wall. Deflected in there by Connor O'Brien. Collision there at center ice. Soderling colliding with Sam Reller. As Kylan gloves it and plays it. He looks to break it out. He'll carry. Now gives to the defenseman McLean Baudette. He'll center one out front. And a one-time try from Soderling is gloved and held on to by Bennett Wiestrand. A centering feed, bouncing puck and swallowed up there. And a broken down play behind the net. First year head coach Trent Eichner for the Cadets has got his team playing their best hockey here. Had some big wins down the stretch. Wins over Matamidi, Stillwater, Minnetonka. Winners of 10 of their last 11. After the slow start for the Cadets. And Jared Wright will play to the far corner, up top to the line. Baudette unable to control, and there's going to be our game's first penalty as Quaintance would have been in all alone. And, well, if you're Trent Eichner, I guess you'll take that penalty from your defenseman. And the game's first power play is going to belong to the Eastview Lightning. Tripping is the call. And McLean Bodette is the guilty party, so he'll head off for a couple. 4:34 left here in the first. So we'll get our first special teams action of the evening. Face-off won by the Lightning, back to the line. One thing we have seen is an aggressive penalty kill. Here's Jared Wright, tried to center one out front for Hallam. Nearly a 2-on-1 for St. Thomas shorthanded. As Quaintance has it now for the Lightning down low. Took a hit from Hallam. He'll get it out to Malloy at the line. Malloy to the near side. Ernest. Now Quaintance on the half boards. Minute and a half to go on the power play. Here's Malloy back up top. Wrist shot deflects wide. Lightning still with it. They'll work the far side now. Bamer takes that away, though, and he'll clear it all the way down, and it's going to be a line change up and coming for the Cadets. Got to recover quickly. Here's Quaintance with it. Fires one on goal. Stick to the corner by Aiken, and Stettin will settle things down. He'll play to the near side wall. No Cadets over there. Quaintance pinches down, keeps it alive for the Lightning. He has it here. Quaintance to Malloy up top. Back to Quaintance. He'll circle into the high slot, plays down low. Broken up, though. Nice play from Tommy Stettin, breaking up that centering feed from Ernest of Eastview. Malloy will take it from his netminder as he'll set up shop in the office behind his net. With 40 seconds left on the man advantage for Eastview. Here's Drew Carroll. Looks back to the blue line. Grebner's shot was blocked. Devereaux broke his stick, so he's out without any lumber killing this penalty. Got a block there, though, did Devereaux. 15 seconds left here on the power play for Eastview. They control down low. Here's Drew Carroll with it. Carroll to Grebner up top. Grebner back to Carroll. One-timer. Fan partially on it. Second try goes off the side of the cage. Baudette's back on the ice. 5-on-5. And here comes Jared Wright. Jared Wright fresh off the bench. Defended, though, by Grebner. As Wright gets it back, goes to the line. Here's Killian's shot. That one goes wide. And Hallam has it. He'll work up the near side wall. Works up top into the high slot. Hallam waits, fires, stopped. Rebound is eventually picked up and played here by the Lightning. And they'll send it all the way down. And this is going to give us an icing here against Eastview. Hallam got alone in the high slot. And Wiestrand fought it off, but gave up a big rebound. Cadets unable to capitalize. .204 to go in the first. Puck tied up here off the draw. Connor O'Brien had it for a second, and now the Lightning are going to come away with it with a spin to Bannock. He'll get it as far as center ice. Big collision there. Soderling knocking Griffiths to the ice, and Kylan comes away with the puck. Bjorn Kylan will work through the middle. Lost a handle on it after crossing into Eastview territory. As Kylan leaves it go by, here's a blast from Bamer that goes high and wide. Zone held, though, on the far side by Baudette. They'll come back into the middle. Soderling with a shot. Blocker save from Wiestrand. Now Baudette McLean. Here's Bamer to the middle. Soderling. Bjorn Kylan. Good shift by this third unit for the Cadets. That one, puck had eyes all the way through. Fought off by Wiestrand. Puck cleared. Icing on Eastview. Minute 5 to go in the first. Quaintance and Hallam in the face-off circle. Hallam wins it back to Rauschenberger. His shot missed the target. Out of the crease is Wiestrand to cover that. Exactly 1 minute to go here in the opening period. Eastview, the 4 seed. St. Thomas Academy, the 5 seed. Here's Killian with his shot. That's blocked out front. Here comes Quaintance over to Ernestine. Ernestine will carry in. He'll feather one towards the net as a couple of bodies hit the end wall, and here come the Cadets quickly out of the zone with it. As Jared Wright will go for a skate. Now he'll dump it in. He'll give chase. Riley O'Brien's on it first in the far corner. Lost an edge, and the Lightning come away with the puck. Carrying out is Trichler. Trichler is looking in the direction of Ernestine, who gets a shot away, and that one's fought, caught, and held by Tommy Aiken. 28.6 remains in the first. Off the draw, the Cadets control. That one hops the stick of Deverell. This will give us an icing here against St. Thomas Academy with 21.6 now remaining. Icing's going to be waved off this time. Now 12 seconds remaining as Malloy out of the near side. Ernestine. Cullen Johnson had his stick lifted. Here's a shot from center ice. And that's going to do it here for the opening period of play. And after the first 17 minutes of play, it's 0-0 between St. Thomas Academy and Eastview. Shots that period, 10-9 in favor of the Lightning. But again, no scoring in the first. And so these two teams head into the dressing room square at 0. Overall, decent period. Not really much action at each end of the ice. Couple scoring chances for both teams. But overall, it seemed kind of back and forth with, early parts of that period. It was really Eastview that was controlling the play, but St. Thomas was able to pick their spots to attack. But overall, pretty even period. 10-9 of the shot, 0-0 is the score. As we'll step away, we'll come back in about 10 minutes or so to get you set for the second period as you're watching Cadet Hockey here on CadetBroadcast.com. Now, welcome back here to Apple Valley Ice Arena. First intermission in the books. Heading into the second period, Eastview 0, St. Thomas Academy 0, heading into the second period tonight on CadetBroadcast.com. Shots at first period, 10-9 in favor of Eastview. Just really a couple scoring chances for each team. That period really just kind of did for the most part, really just kind of feeling each other out, seeing, waiting for another team to make the mistake and try and counter. Really, no egregious mistakes were made, just one penalty that was taken by St. Thomas Academy. But other than that, action was limited in the opening 17 minutes of hockey here on CadetBroadcast.com. Second period is about to begin. And quickly, an update in Section 3 AA. A game to keep an eye on if you're out watching this one is the Rosemount game. They're playing Apple Valley as we speak. Last score update I've got there, 2-0 Rosemount leading Apple Valley. So we'll keep an eye on that score throughout the remainder of this one. The winner of this one will take on the winner of that one. That'll be Saturday night. And if the Cadets do indeed move on, we'll have the action for you here on CadetBroadcast.com. As the Lightning now make their way out onto the ice. As we get lined up here at center ice, teams will switch ends for this second period. As it'll be the Cadets going right to left. Lightning will go left to right. As we get set to begin here, period number 2. Puck is down. Here we go. Second period on cadetbroadcast.com. As the Lightning have it with Quaintance down low. Now getting it is Bamer. He'll swing it up the near side wall. Holding, though, is Malloy. Here's an opportunity. Quick shot here the second period for Cullen Johnson. As he was denied by Tommy Aiken, the senior goaltender for the Cadets. Here's Riley O'Brien with it. Tries to center one out front. Settling it back down is right. Now Baudette has it. Looks down low for O'Brien. Centers one out front. Hallam couldn't catch up to that puck. And here come the Lightning back the other way. They'll work it inside the Cadet line. Eventually settled, though, by St. Thomas Academy. Here's Bamer with it. As Bamer works it up the far side wall. Puck tied up there right outside the Cadet bench. Here's Riley O'Brien. He'll dump it in far corner. As the Spindabanek has it. Pinching is Charlie Killian. He's able to hold. Now gets help from Riley O'Brien. He'll slide it across. Statine. His shot is blocked. Statine gets it back. Another block shot there from the Lightning. Did a good job sacrificing the body are the Lightning. Here's Riley O'Brien falling over, unable to get the shot away. And the puck is cleared all the way down. This should, and it will give us an icing here against Eastview. Face-off controlled by the Lightning. They'll get to the line, not out, zone help, turning and firing is an angle. That goes just wide. As the Lightning will try and control. Forecheck, though, from this second line for the Cadets. As Deverell comes away with the puck. He's battling there with Larkey. Now the Lightning do have it. Grebner works it to center. And the puck is in. Ends up on the far side. Dumped back in by the Lightning. Here's Aiken leaving it behind the net for Statine. Icing now against St. Thomas. Kylan wins the draw there for the Cadets. Lightning, though, forecheck, get it back. Here comes St. Thomas, though, quickly back up ice. Soderling into the zone, 3-on-3. Here's Soderling with it. Leaves it for Kylan. Bjorn Kylan will circle the net, looks out front. Still with it is Kylan. He'll come all the way up top with it. Drops it off. Defense shot. Glove save by Wiestrom as Bamer flung that one in on goal. .14:21 to go in the middle frame. Sam Slagle here on the call for cadetbroadcast.com. Soderling winds and fires. That one's deflected wide of the net. I was talking with Greg Monahan, the goaltender coach for St. Thomas Academy, before this one. Here's a one-time try for Kylan, stopped by Wiestrand, but one thing he mentioned back in that other meeting back on November 23rd in the victory for Eastview over St. Thomas Academy, talked about Cadets had a tough time getting shots through on goal, and so far we're seeing that tonight. A lot of blocked shots from Eastview on shot attempts from the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. Here's Kylan with it down in the corner. He'll try to go back up top to the line. Baudette holds, shovels it back down low. Here's Soderling. Soderling puts it up over the net, trying to tuck it up over the shoulder there of the netminder Wiestrand. Connor O'Brien keeps it alive. Now they turn it over to the Cadets, and here's a race to a loose puck. Quaintance on it first, turns and fires, and that one ends up over the net. Puck loose, far side. As Baudette then flips up ice. Riley O'Brien unable to handle that one, or else he's in all alone. Now Hallam has it. Jackson Hallam tries a wraparound, and that one's denied by Wiestrom. And the Lightning are able to control and clear back out to center ice. Much better period to this point for St. Thomas Academy. As Hallam will circle through his own zone, comes through center. See him do that a lot. Here's Jared Wright to the line. Now Owens. Owens' shot was blocked. And the puck is cleared to the line, but Wright's able to hold. He'll go all the way across. Off the wall is Rauschenberger, and that one's deflected up into the screen and out of play. Heads-up play by Noah Rauschenberger, just essentially took a pass off the far boards and then was able to one-time it. Unfortunately, it was deflected up and out of play. .28 left in the second period. Play controlled by the Cadets off the draw. Behind the net is Deverell. Killian calls for it. Killian plays once down low, taken away though by the Lightning, and they'll get it to center ice. And it's forced right back in though by Charlie Killian. Wiestrand left it behind the net. Graham holds. Nagel leaves it for Deverell. Deverell working against Malloy down low. Deverell reverses, comes back up to the blue line. Killian all the way across. Here's Stettin. Thought about shooting. Pump fakes a couple times. Now gives to Graham in the middle. And his shot goes up over the net. And the Lightning will try and clear there. As getting a stick lifted was Larkey. And then a shot gets through. And it's deflected in the screen out of play. .44 left in the second period. Shots are 12-11 right now in favor of the Cadets as they've controlled the play this period to this point. First period, give the advantage to the Lightning, but so far it's been all St. Thomas here in the second. Icing's waved off as Baudette back to play it. Connor O'Brien all the way near side. Will Soderling. Soderling slams on the brakes, gives to Kylan, back to Soderling, and he was tied up, unable to get the shot away. Here's Soderling with it on the near side half boards. Plays it back up to the line. Baudette's shot gets through, seen all the way in by Wiestrand. Good pressure by the third line here for St. Thomas Academy. Here's Bamer with it. Flips it all the way into the near side corner. Pressure by Soderling. We've seen him deliver a few hits now tonight. 14 in blue, Will Soderling, and now it's an icing against Eastview. 10:52 remains in the second. Cadets have it. Down low, centering feed was taken away, though, by Eastview. Good forecheck, though, from that's Jared Wright down low, taking a hit from a couple of Lightning players. Now O'Brien in there to help out. And Weestrand sensed trouble and just covered this one up. And he'll live for another face-off in his own zone. 10:36 remains in the second period. Allen wins a face-off to Statine. His wrist shot is knocked to the corner by Weestrand. As Wright spins away from a check, works up the near side wall to Jackson Hallam. Now Tommy Statine on the far half boards. He'll play one on goal. That's fought off by Weestrand. Rebound controlled by Killian. Pad save there from Weestrand. Puck settled by Malloy. He'll cycle to the far side. And spin to Bannock. Will get it out to center ice. Hallam will slow things down, and he turns, and he'll start back into the offensive zone. Lost a handle on it. Johnson takes over for the Lightning, and he'll flip it all the way down. This should, and it will, give us an icing against Eastview. 9:55 remains now in the second period. Face off in the near dot, won by Kylan. Back to Killian. Here's Soderling with it. Tried to go back to Kylan, but it's eventually picked up and played here by Grebner. And Grebner will flip it through, and that's just out of the reach of Drew Carroll, and it will be an icing against Eastview. And Drew Carroll was almost sprung up the ice all alone there, but just couldn't catch up to that loose puck. And so it's another icing against Eastview, and the face-off will be in the far dot. Here's Soderling behind the net. Lost a handle on it. Grebner comes away with it for Eastview. Grebner looks up ice, flips to center. Big collision there as Grebner ends up in the cadet bench. Him and Soderling were battling. Back the other way we go, and Aiken has to make a save there, and that goes off his equipment into the screen out of play. Caught that hit out of the corner. I couldn't tell if it was Soderling delivering the hit or if Grebner was going after Soderling, and Soderling was able to just sidestep the check enough. Either way, Grebner ends up in the cadet bench. That got the crowd going here. Attendance is good down here in Apple Valley. It's a fun crowd, fun atmosphere. As Quaintance has a shot blocked. Bamer took that one in the shin pads. Here's a turnover. Quaintance had it out front and lost a handle as Bamer will play off the wall onto the stick of Deverell. Deverell centers one out front for Nagel. That one off of his stick, though. Then Nagel tried to throw one on goal. Here's Bamer with it. Bamer plays back behind the net into the far corner. And spin to Bannock. Unable to clear. Holding is Deverell. Now Malloy has it for the Lightning. Pressured by Deverell. Malloy gets it out to center. Forced right back in, though, by Bamer. As Weestrand will leave it for a spin to Bannock down low. He spins away from a check from Graham. Riley O'Brien in on the forecheck now. Malloy has it. Here's Malloy. He'll play up ice. Cut off, though, by Rauschenberger. Sending it right back in. Is 11 in blue. As spin to Bannock, nearly lost it to Riley O'Brien. Earnesty to Cullen Johnson. Johnson will carry it near side. Johnson all the way down low, circles the net, waiting for help. His pass was deflected back out to center ice, though. And the Cadets will settle things with Owens behind his own net. All the way up ice, O'Brien, but he was just inside the line, so offsides is called. It'll be an intentional offsides. Then it'll bring the face-off all the way back into St. Thomas territory. Let's win the face-off. Get it to center. Puck tied up right down in front of us here in the neutral area. Getting it is Rauschenberger. He'll back it off to Owens. Owens up ice to Wright. Wright got by one Lightning player, though, but Eastview able to control and play it back inside St. Thomas territory. Taken by Rauschenberger. Up the near side wall by Riley O'Brien. We'll go cross ice for Wright. And Wright will carry in. Defended, though, nicely. Wright tries to drop it off to Hollum. Pinching, though, is Killian. Charlie Killian plays one out front. Deflected away. Getting a stick on that one was Trichler. Riley O'Brien has it. Plays down low. This is Soderling. Check that. That's Wright. And Wright tried to go back to Hollum. That one hops his stick, so he'll have to recover. Jackson Hollum with it. He's going to come through center ice. Jackson Hollum. Lost a handle on it. Too many stick handles, and the puck is cleared. Now we get a stoppage as looks like the net was knocked loose. The Eastview net, that is. Face-off controlled. Here's Kylan with it. Kylan with Connor O'Brien, as well as Will Soderling in the forward line for St. Thomas Academy. It's a battle in the near side corner as Spindabanek comes away with it for the Lightning. He'll swing it up the far side wall. Pinching, though, was Statine. Here's an opportunity, and sending one high over the net was Connor O'Brien. Killian pinches in. Now Connor O'Brien behind the net to Tommy Statine from a sharp angle. Stopped in the rebound. They score! Will Soderling. 1-0 Cadets. Shot came from Statine. Initial save from Weekstrand. Could see it up here. It was underneath his pad. The puck was loose. If Weekstrand stays down, that puck is covered up. Instead, he lifts his leg. The puck is loose. Soderling was there to clean it up. Cadets strike first, 1-0. They lead. Now they go right back to work here. And that's going to get knocked loose. As Graham was there after the shot, he went into the net. Will Soderling missed some time this season due to injury. Had 6 goals in the regular season. He gets the first goal of these section playoffs for St. Thomas Academy. 5:52 left in the second period. Deverell. Ernessy carries back up. Ernessy still with it. Tries to center, and an opportunity, and Quaintance was there. Thought he scored. Puck still out, though. Quaintance had lifted his stick in the air in celebration, but puck never crossed the line. Boy, nice play there. Started from Ernessy. Showing off his speed there, bringing the puck in, and then setting up Quaintance out in front. Best chance of the game for Eastview. And now we're going to get get a penalty here, and that's going to go against Eastview. Interference is going to be the call. I think they're going to get Josh Ernest, or check that, excuse me. Looks like it's going to be 3. That's Caden Spindabanek. That's going to head off for the Lightning. Minor penalty, interference is the call. First power play now for St. Thomas Academy. .5:20 to go, second period. As Spindabanek goes for an interference, we get our first look at the Cadet power play. As Bamer will quarterback this unit out of his own zone here. He'll skate it all the way into the offensive zone himself. Now Bamer plays behind the net. Soderling was there, but coming up away with the puck is Will Leach, and Leach will play it out to center ice. Now Killian gets it back. Minute 20 to go on the power play. Good start to the penalty kill here for Eastview. Cadets haven't been able to get anything set up with this second power play unit that they started with. Now they get the change as Riley O'Brien works through a couple of Lightning players and lost a handle on it. Recovers and lost it as Bamer unable to hold. As Bamer pressured. That was Ernest there. Now he gets knocked down. They got to touch up, though, do the Lightning. So that allows Hallam extra time to skate it out. Jackson Hallam. Up for Graham. Nagel. Now right, all the way back to the near side. They were looking for Graham. Good defensive play by Quaintance. Got in the passing lane there. Here's Hallam with it. Hallam, shot was blocked. Still with it is Jackson Hallam. Now gives to Jared Wright. Jared Wright in the middle. Deverell, his shot's deflected up out of play. Good penalty kill for Eastview. 18 seconds left on the Cadet power play. So far, no shots on goal this power play for St. Thomas. Face off one back to Deverell, and he fires one wide. Pinching is Baudette, puck in the corner. O'Brien's down there. That's Riley O'Brien for St. Thomas. He gets knocked down to the ice. And the Lightning control here. It nearly turned it over, and that one went off the skates of Baudette on goal, where it's covered up by Wiestrand. Out of the box is Spindabanek, so we're back to 5-on-5. .317 remains in the second period. So far, shots this period 10-2 in favor of St. Thomas Academy. And Will Soderling's goal right now is the difference maker. Baudette tried to work into the slot. Had his pocket picked, though, and now the Lightning are able to control and clear all the way down for an icing. 2:57 now remains. In the second period. Face off one back to McLean Baudette. Shot attempt. Never made it through. Here's Kylan, centering feed. Soderling, and he sends it just wide. Soderling tried to bank one in off the back of the netminder. And it's covered up, though, by Bennett Wiestrand. His third line is looked good tonight for St. Thomas Academy. Eastview is able to clear it out off the draw. Quaintance gives chase. Aiken out of his net. Circles it or spins it all the way to the far side. And here comes Soderling. Can he get behind the defense? Soderling slams on the brakes, drops it for Kylan. Kylan back out front. Puck is loose. Ends up in the corner now. Opportunity. That was Connor O'Brien that had that try. Here's Will Soderling. Soderling back to Connor. Here's Connor on the near side wall. Drops it down for Bjorn Kylan. Back to O'Brien. Here's Connor with it. Back to Kylan. Broken up, though. Defended nicely by Ernest. And now the puck ends up out of play. .205 to go, second period. Hallam will face off against Will Leach. Hallam wins it back to the line. Here's Killian. Killian's wrist shot, he scores! Traffic out in front, and Killian beats Wiestrand upstairs 2-0. Well, tic-tac and toe there. Face-off won by Hallam back to Rauschenberger. Rauschenberger across for Killian. Killian to the back of the net. 2-0, Cadets leading. As we resume here with Malloy carrying in. Here's Malloy firing one in, and Aiken swallows up that shot. Well, Charlie Killian had 5 goals in the regular season. Two Nets leading with under 2 minutes to play in the second period. Hallam will draw against Quaintance here in the far dot. As Hallam wins it back to the corner. And the puck is immediately sent the distance, and this will go for an icing against the Cadets. Hallam wins the face-off to Bamer. Bamer slides it up the wall. Big collision as Bamer gets knocked to the ice down behind the goal line. Intercepted. Ernest for Quaintance. Quaintance back out front. Ernest unable to pull the trigger. Puck loose out front. Turnover. Quaintance fires. Johnson was there. Couldn't get the rebound. Ernest for Quaintance in the far corner. Back behind the net. Coming away with it, though, is Jackson Hallam. As Hallam will get it out to the line, out to center. Onto the stick now of right, but it's going to be an offsides here against St. Thomas Academy with 1:14 to go here in the second. Yeah, some extracurriculars follow. Friendly conversation between Quaintance and Hallam. A couple of great chances for Eastview. A couple times unable to really settle kind of some rolling pucks that were right out in front of Aiken. Aiken was down. He was down on his belly. Lightning have it off the faceoff. Now they'll get it into Cadet territory. 65 seconds to go in the second period.
1 minute.
As Killian has it. Killian will play it off the glass to the line, but not out. Zone held by Grebner on the far point. Now behind the net. Opportunity there for Drew Carroll to Carroll gets knocked to the ice by Rauschenberger. Puck cleared. Here's Deverell skating. Deverell didn't get a shot away. Puck is loose behind the net. Lightning clear up the wall, not out as Nagel holds. 33 seconds to go in the period. Now Grebner down low, leaves it here for Titchler. And look out in the crowd here as the puck in, out of play. It looked like a fan may have been hit by that puck, young fan. As we play on, though, here's Baudette with it. His shot was blocked. Quaintance can't catch up to that. Icing against Eastview. .20 seconds to go in the second period. As the Lightning have it, Johnson looks for Quaintance up ice. Quaintance turns it over. Puck is cleared. This will give us an icing against St. Thomas Academy. .4 seconds to go. Loose puck is going to do it here now for the second period. Good period there for the Cadets. They lead 2-0 heading into the third. They get goals from Will Soderling and Charlie Killian. And that's the score heading into the third period. Shots after 2 periods, 21-14 in favor of the Cadets. Just one penalty that period went against Eastview. Cadets unable to do anything on the power play there. But that's the scoring through 2 periods. As we'll head into the break here in the intermission. We'll come back though in 10 minutes or so to get you set and ready for the third period. 2-0 after 2. Cadets leading as you're watching Cadets hockey here on CadetBroadcast.com. Now back here at Apple Valley Ice Arena. 2 periods in the books here in this Section 3 AA quarterfinal on CadetBroadcast.com. And after 34 minutes of hockey, it's St. Thomas Academy leading 2-0 over the Eastview Lightning as we are getting set for the third period of action. Sam Slagle on the call. Much better period there for St. Thomas Academy. It was 0-0 after the first period. Really not much action, not too many scoring chances really for either team. And St. Thomas came out firing there in the second period. They outshot the Lightning 12-4, and they lead 2-0 heading into period number 3. Cadets make their way out of the ice first, led by their senior netminder, Tommy Aiken. Aiken seen 14 shots, stopped all 14. Scoring that period for the Cadets, opening the scoring was Will Soderling, and then it was Charlie Killian that put the Cadets up 2-0. So 17 minutes remain As we take a look, too, at that other section quarterfinal game, the one to keep an eye on, the Rosemount game. Rosemount and Apple Valley. And latest update there, end of 2, 4-1. Rosemount leading Apple Valley. So remember, winner of this game will play the winner of that one, Rosemount and Apple Valley. And if these two scores hold, it'll be St. Thomas Academy heading to Rosemount next, and that game will be Saturday evening, and we'll have the action for you here on cadetbroadcasts.com. The Lightning emerged from their dressing room. Well, we're going to switch ends again here for the third period. Cadets will go left to right. Lightning will go right to left. Each team will put their top line out there to be the Hallam line and the Cullen Johnson line for the Lightning. Face-offs controlled. Here's Hallam right away to start the third period. Puck is still loose, and Wiestrom there to cover it up. What an opportunity right off the opening face-off. Hank Stevikin tuning into this one. Appreciate that, Hank, cheering on the Cadets. Wants them to lay the hammer down here in the third period. See if they can close this one out and head to the section semis. Email us here in the broadcast booth simply by clicking the Email Us tab on the screen. 30 seconds have expired here in the final period. As Riley O'Brien lost it on the near side. And Spindabonic has it over to the far side. Here's Quaintance. Quaintance fires one. Blocker save. Rebound controlled though by the Lightning. Puck is cleared out of danger by Bamer to the line. Not out. Holding is Grebner. And Bamer then for the Cadets will get to center. He'll flip it in where it's controlled by Grebner. Grebner up ice. Statine keeps it alive just momentarily. Big collision at center as Deverell and Will Leach collide right at the red line. Both of those two hit the ice. Now Statine has it. Go D to D. This is Killian. Up ice, Nagel. Nagel worked through center. Nagel behind the defense. Fires one into the catching glove of Wiestrand. Boy, Max Nagel just thread his way right through the defense there. Got behind him and then put one up. Save, though, by Bennett Wiestrand. Flashing the leather on that one. Lightning control the face-off here in their own zone. They try and clear. Statine, though, was disrupt that clearing attempt. Here's Nagel with it. Goes back to the point for Killian. Killian swings it around, taken away, though, by Grebner in the corner. Now on it is Sam Reller. Reller working against Nagel. Nagel gets the puck up to Statine. Cross ice. Here's Killian. Killian's wrist shot is deflected out of play. Blocking that one, I believe, was Jordan Larkey. 15 left in the third. Here's Bamer, collects the puck off the near side wall, plays it back around to the far corner. Malloy over there. There's Kylan for the Cadets. Malloy comes away with the puck. Spindabanek has it now on the near side. Pressured by Connor O'Brien. He'll leave it for Cullen Johnson. Johnson works the puck out to center ice. Now Connor O'Brien takes over. Lost it just inside the Lightning line. Cadets get it back though. With Kylan behind the net. He'll swing it around up to Bamer at the point. Bamer spins away from a check, got the puck back down in deep. Puck loose behind the net. Spindabanek has it down low in the corner. Gets help. And now Malloy. Acquaintance to the near side, taken away by Bamer. Bamer to Connor O'Brien, back to Bamer, give and go. Here's Bamer with a wrist shot. That was going well wide, but it goes off the shaft of the goaltender's stick and out of play. So it'll be a face-off in the offensive zone for St. Thomas Academy as George Griffin is checking into this one, cheering on St. Thomas Academy. There's Jared Wright off the face-off. Works on the near side half boards. Right down to Riley O'Brien. He'll center one out front. Nobody there, though. Taken away by the Lightning. They'll transition through center. Dumping that one in deep is Will Leach. Behind the net's Tommy Aiken. He'll swing it up the near side wall. Wright absorbed a hit, but got the puck onto the stick of Riley O'Brien, who carries in, drops it off for Jackson Hallam. Hallam plays one in on goal, deflected by Riley O'Brien. Fought off, though, by Wiestrand. Rauschenberger across for Owens. He'll play it behind the net, where it's picked up and played by Titchler. Titchler has it. He's bottled up behind his own net against the end boards there. As the puck is underneath a pile, coming away with it, though, is Titchler, and he'll play it off the glass and out, and this will give us an icing against Eastview. .13 left in regulation. Face-off won by the Cadets back to the blue line. Charlie Killian to the corner. Malloy takes over, though, for Eastview. He's pressured by Max Nagel. Nagel right in Malloy's hip pocket there. Over for a Spindabanek. Now Nagel gets it back. Looks to the blue line. Nobody there, though. That was taken away by Ernest C. Now as Spindabanek has it, he'll carry in. His shot attempt hits the equipment of Stettin and went wide. Now Stettin has it in the near side corner. 12:45 left in regulation. 25-15 of the shots right now in favor of the Cadets. With the puck, though, are the Lightning. Acquaintance out to the blue line. Now the puck is knocked free by the Cadets. And Nagel gets it as far as the blue line of Eastview before he was pressured. He'll back it off to his defenseman in Bamer. Winner of this one will head to the Section 3 AA semifinals. That game will be Saturday evening. Site and opponent to be determined. As Bamer avoids pressure, then turns the puck over. It's flipped back in, and it's going to be caught and held on to a fly ball from Alex Chizik into the catching glove of Aiken. Here's Connor O'Brien battling for a puck. Also in there for the Lightning is Grebner. Those two battle. And now Bamer flips it up to Connor O'Brien. O'Brien chips it around Grebner. And the Lightning control here in their own zone. Soderling, though, on it, out top to the blue line. As Baudette, his shot gets through, and that's gloved and held on to by Wiestrand with 11:18 to go. Lightning control off the draw. Here's Grebner on the near side. Looks up ice, finds a stick here of Griffiths. Griffiths there gets plastered into the boards by Soderling. Soderling continues to provide the physicality tonight, and those two are each going to get the gate here with coincidental minors. Soderling, I believe for sure Griffiths will get a minor. Initial hit was Soderling. And then it was Griffiths that retaliated. St. Thomas Academy, Trent Eigner and his coaching staff, they disagreed with the coincidental aspect of that penalty, or the two penalties. So we remain 5-on-5 with under 11 to play in regulation. Here's an opportunity right out front. Big save by Aiken. As Wright gets the puck down in deep into the corner. Quaintance swings up the far wall. Not out, though. Baudette holds. Here's a shot. That's deflected up in the screen, out of play. It is official that both coincidental minors are roughing penalties. Face-off controlled by the Cadets. There's Baudette. Over to Bamer. Bamer taking his time, trying to find a shooting lane. That was blocked. And Spindabanek got a piece of that one. He's shaken up. Looks like he caught that on the inside part of the knees. Riley O'Brien scores! O'Brien from a sharp angle. I think he's surprised Wiestrand, and the Cadets are up 3-0. Riley O'Brien continues to play well. He had an excellent second half of that season, of the regular season, I should say. Jared Wright, Andrew Bamer pick up the 2 assists on the goal from Riley O'Brien. Here's Quaintance with it across to Johnson. Johnson tries to center. Opportunity there for Earnesty, and puck ends up in the screen, out of play. Riley O'Brien at 10 goals in the regular season. He had a big stretch of games in the second half. It was that stretch amongst Bloomington, Jefferson, South St. Paul, and Simley. I believe he had 7 of those 10 regular season goals in that stretch of 3 games. As Earnesty centers one that's taken away, though, by Jackson Hallam. And Hallam will settle it back for Stettin. Under 10 to play, third period. Stettin back up ice for Wright. He'll deflect the puck down in deep. And Titchler on it there for the Lightning. Now Grebner takes over. Looking in the direction of Earnesty. That was got by him. Now Quaintance has it. Quaintance looking for Earnesty as well. Taken away, though, by the Cadets. Here's Riley O'Brien with it. Work it up ice onto the stick of Jackson Hallam. Hallam will carry in. Now waits for help. Lost a handle on the puck, though, near the top of the circle. Big collision in the corner. Riley O'Brien lost it in favor of Grebner down low. As Ernestine able to work the puck to center. Cadets will control. They'll regroup. They'll get the puck in deep. They'll start a line change. As here's Graham on it. Graham to Hallam. He'll shovel it back to the line. That shot's blocked. Here's an opportunity. Back up ice is Berg. Berg, though, was caught by Deverell. Good back check from Tommy Deverell. Not allowing the breakaway from Berg. Centering feed. Berg deflects it wide. Penalty up and coming here. They're going to get Graham. They're going to give him an interference penalty. As looked like he delivered the hit just a second early. And so Eastview's going on the power play. Second power play of the game here for their only other opportunities back in the first period as emailer Aiden Ellie checks in. Saying roll Cadets here. Boys are insane, he says. The email is coming here in the third period. Second power play for Eastview. Interference is the call. Graham guilty of the infraction. Lightning with it. Grebner up top. Grebner across for Carroll. Carroll down to the corner. Centering play. Aiken there for the save. And the puck is cleared out by the Cadets. Cadets will switch their forward units. Or unit, I should say, is Hallam and Wright out there now to kill penalties. As Quaintance will carry in. Quaintance on the near side, defended nicely by Baudette, and then the puck is cleared out. Good work from the big defenseman for St. Thomas Academy on that entry from Quaintance. Now Ernestine. Ernestine took a hit from Statine. Malloy in the far corner. Puck hops his stick. Here's an opportunity for the Cadets. Killian will lead the charge out. Charlie Killian, the defenseman, jumps into the play. Fires one in on goal. That's punched away by Wiestrand. Settling it behind the net is Malloy. .33 remains on the power play. Now Lightning were able to get set up in the opening about 25 seconds of this power play. Since then, the Cadets, it's been a clean kill. Just 2 seconds remains on the Graham penalty as they're now full strength. So Graham out of the box to the bench. On the ice is Connor O'Brien. Soderling leaves it in the corner for his defenseman in Bamer. Bamer up for Connor O'Brien. He'll find Bjorn Kylan. Kylan waits, centers one back out front, and then he takes a huge hit. Penalty coming against Eastview. Bjorn Kylan has it. To the bench is Aiken. Extra attacker on. Here's Kylan. Now the Lightning will touch up. Elbowing is the call that goes against the Lightning. And I believe it'll be Drew Carroll that heads off for the Lightning. Elbowing is the call. Second power play now for the Cadets. Leading 3-0 in the third. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation.
Minor penalty has been called on Eastview number 4, Drew Carroll. The 2-minute minor for
Cadets 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Here's Nagel with it. Nagel up top. Finds help in Jared Wright, though that hopped his stick, and then that allows the Lightning to clear it all the way down. And Max Nagel will come out, leaves it here for Wright on the near side. Give and go, back to Nagel. And offsides will be called here as Nagel made an extra move at the blue line, and that gives us the offsides. Minute 24 left on the power play here. Face off right down in front of us here. As this puck is going to end up in the Eastview student section. .66 seconds remains on the power play here for St. Thomas Academy. Drew Carroll in the box for the Lightning. Guilty of the elbowing penalty. Andrew Bamer settles things down right at the Eastview line for the Cadets. Now Kylan has it. He's the one who drew the penalty on Carroll. Riley O'Brien back up top. Here's Bamer in the middle. His shot deflected down. Riley O'Brien with it near side to Bamer. Bamer, Charlie Killian. Killian, his shot caroms all the way back into the Cadet zone. Out for a skate is Tommy Aiken. He'll quickly find the stick of Riley O'Brien, and Riley O'Brien will carry it in himself. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien's shot fought off by Wiestrand. Puck still loose. Kylan up top. Killian's shot, and we're going to get a penalty here as Aiken made his way to the bench, so indications as it goes against the Lightning. There was a lot of traffic down in the crease. Riley O'Brien was down on the ice. Let's see what we get for a call. I believe a holding penalty is what was just signaled, and Ben Malloy is going to head off. So 5-on-3, favor of the Cadets. 17 seconds left of 5-on-3 penalty.
Ben Malloy. 2-minute minor for holding at 12:47.
Cadets control the face-off. Here's Riley O'Brien with it. Riley waits. Back to Bamer on the top of the far circle. Now down low. Back to Bamer. Here's Riley with it on the near side. Hallam tried to go back to Bamer, who was up top. It's 5-on-4 now. As Riley O'Brien has it in the far corner. Now he gets help, leaves it for Jackson Hallam. Hallam, face-off dot. Feathers it up top to Bamer. Now to the middle, here's Tommy Deverell. Jared Wright. Cadets just keeping it to the perimeter so far. As O'Brien has it in the corner. Centers one out front. That hops a stick of Wright. Up top, recovering is Deverell. Bamer to Deverell. One-time shot and a glove save by Wiestrand. Minute 6 left on the power play. Aldrich Robinson tuning in, cheering on the Cadets. Face-off will be in the far dot. As Kylan wins it, here's Soderling. Soderling got the scoring started tonight back in the second period. Takes his time, finds Charlie Killian. Killian had the second goal of the contest. Kylan to Baudette. Back to Kylan on the half boards on the near side. Here's McLean Baudette. Works across the line and then has a wrist shot deflecting the screen out of play. Baudette holds at the far point. Second effort, keeps it alive again. Here's Soderling. Will Soderling faked the shot over to Baudette. That shot gets through. Wiestrand the save. Kylan recovers. As Bjorn Kylan then lost a handle on it, and the Lightning are able to clear. 20 seconds left in the power play. Here's Will Soderling. Plays it out front. Baudette with it. Baudette scores! Power play goal for McLean Baudette. Boy, the big fella jumps into the rush. Takes a feed from Kylan and then beats the netminder Wiestrand upstairs, tucks it right under the bar. 4-0. Cadets leading. Well, McLean Baudette, not much of an offensive threat this season. A very sound and stout defenseman, but shows off his offensive ability here on the power play. Single assist goes to Bjorn Kylan. Pass intercepted by Malloy, then he gives it away. And Cadets have it at center, though. They forced right back in, though, by Eastview, and that's going to go for a icing with just under 2 minutes to play. As we look for another update from the Rosemount game. It's like 5-1 is the latest scoring update. Rosemount leading Apple Valley. As Brower with a shot, and he scores. Off the bench is Tanner Brower. I haven't called his name much. And he fired home a rebound that was given up by Wiestrand, and it's 5-0. Just by my count, I think this is the second shift that this line has been out tonight. This is the fourth line for St. Thomas Academy. Tillmany, Brower, and Josh Schur. And to my count, I think they had a shift earlier on in this one, all the way back in the first period, but now they make a count here with Brower. 5-0 with a minute and a half to play. Looking more and more like it's going to be St. Thomas Academy and Rosemount in the section semifinals Saturday evening. As with it was Carroll. He'll leave it for Grebner. Grebner turns it over at center ice. Now Josh Schur dumps the puck in. He'll give chase. Under a minute to play in this one. As Carroll kicks it up to his partner there, and Grebner. Grebner then lost it to Nagel on the near side. Nagel tried to get it back in deep. Schur is there in the corner. Been a long shift for Schur. As the puck is dumped in by the Lightning, taken away now Graham. Graham to Nagel. Nagel caught from behind, left it though for Deverell, and Deverell fires one in. Gloved and played though by Wiestrand with 20 seconds to go. As Graham carries in. Just 10 seconds to go now. St. Thomas Academy going to be moving on to the Section 3 AA semifinals. They're going to play Saturday night as time is going to run out on this one. Tommy Aiken picks up his first shutout of the season. Cadets, winners of now 11 of their last 12. And they shut out the Eastview Lightning 5-0 to start these section playoffs. As we roll through a couple more emails while we're still here, Bob Sand tuning in from Mexico, south of the border. Appreciate that.